I just want to inspire the youth, bro, because you don't have to be in a gang. You don't have to do any of that. You could be you. You could do whatever you want to do. Do what you love. Like I said earlier, just do what you love and what makes you happy. It's very broken right now, especially Tacoma and Seattle, bro. Like, there's a lot of shootings going on. There's a lot of stuff that people really don't know about. Like, there's kids shooting kids in the Shalishan area, and I know kids, friends that are getting killed.
Yeah.
Like, it's terrible, bro, and it's all because there's no example. There's no good example being set at all because nobody's talking about their story. They're scared.
Welcome to the Iron Mind Podcast. I'm Josh Brumley, lawyer, author, professor, and now podcast host. Join me as I dive into conversations with entrepreneurs, artists, business owners, and other leaders shaping the world. This is the Iron Mind Podcast.
All right, I'm here with Nick Nouri, who is a content creator and streamer who's created with artists like Lil Durk and Sway Lee, right?
Yeah.
So, dude, tell us a little bit about who you are for the listeners who don't know, what they need to know.
So first of all, my name is Nick Nouri. I'm from Tacoma, Washington. I'm a content creator, artist.
Ooh, Tacoma.
Really anything. I'm really anything. I'm atmosphere. So shout out Isaiah Thomas for giving me that nickname. But yeah, bro, born in Tacoma, just growing up with my mom, man, just without my dad in my life, and really just looked up to my mom. But my male figure in my life was my big brother. When I was about 6 years old, he passed away. And that was like my first, my first time like dealing with grief, I guess. And so I started going to church with me and my mom. We met this couple named Kenny and Lisa, and they were like my godparents, like later in life. So I started going to school at Life Christian Academy in Tacoma, got a full ride scholarship. They really blessed me, bro. Like, honestly, like
I used to skateboard there.
Yeah, literally. I never had the money. Like, without them, like, I wouldn't be here today, honestly.
Yeah.
But once I got to the 7th grade, me and my mom became homeless. She started using drugs. She started using alcohol. And she ended up gambling the rent money that she got from EBT, basically, because we lived off of EBT. And so after that, I went and stayed with the headmaster of my school, actually. Him and this Australian family from Australia came, moved, started working there, like only a year. And he heard about my story and was like, hey, you want to come live with me? So I literally had to leave my mom on the streets just to better my life, and, you know, got her back off the streets, got her in a house. And I'm just glad that God just took the wheel and really just like situated everything, bro, because
a lot of people,
I wouldn't be able to guide like anything by myself. So
yeah, 7th grade. That's
7th grade.
Young person dealing with a lot of heavy stuff.
Yeah, but I think all that was supposed to happen. Like, everything was for a reason, you know. Once I left the Australian family, shout out to the Martins, I moved in with Kenny and Lisa, and throughout my whole high school like years, I graduated, and then went to college, had a full ride scholarship. But during my senior year, I was playing basketball, and I was doing really, really good. I was going to focus on my senior year, and my mom started using fentanyl. She started overdosing, was on her deathbed twice, literally with a toe tag, like came back to life, bro. Like, stuff that you don't like see like at all. It's really just God moving, you know? And just going through all that, bro, like really helped me like later in life with the other stuff that I had to go through on my own. So just going through that, man, like was really tough, bro. Like, honestly.
Yeah. Tell us, like, what did you take away from growing up that way? Like, growing up, going through so many hard things. Like, so many people in Tacoma, especially where I'm from,
bro.
Where I was raised without a dad, it's like, it's not even like it's more common than having two parents. Like, it's
no, for sure.
Like, oh, you don't have a dad? Me neither. Dap me up. Yeah. Like, that's it. Right?
It's like everybody has a family issue in Tacoma, literally.
But you had that, you had the loss of your brother, and then you had to deal with the struggles that your mom dealt with while you were a young child.
Yeah.
What can you say to anyone that's like listening to this, that might find this podcast? Like, what do they need to hear? What did you need to hear? What helped you get through those times?
Honestly, bro, a lot. It was mainly God just putting certain people in my life at certain times, because you can't control things that you can't control in those type of situations. So sometimes you just got to push through it. And basketball was really like one of my outlets. And I met Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
Right around that time when I was in the 7th grade, I met him at my school. His kid went to my school, actually, because it was like a pre-K through 12th. It was private school.
Yeah.
So he showed up there, and then I heard about Zekin, his annual tournament that he does in Tacoma, because obviously we don't have the Sonics. Hopefully this year, by the end of this year, we have the Sonics. Please give us the Sonics. We want them back. But I started going to this tournament because I was a big fan of Isaiah, like huge fan. And really, I was a big fan because of the stuff that he went through with his little sister and his injury. Like, I watched Book of Isaiah, made by TJ Regan, his cameraman, that I'm a part of the Slow Grind Media team now, so shout out to you guys. But I was watching this documentary about him and just seeing everything that he was going through, like all the adversity that he was going through and how he carried himself. He kept working every single day, waking up at 6 a.m. in the morning, going to the gym. And I got that opportunity to go with him some mornings because my coach was best friends with him.
Yeah.
And so I would always just show up to this tournament. The first tournament, I snuck on the bench. I snuck on his bench, and he had like at least 5 security guards around the bench. They're picking me up, taking me off the bench. And I'm like, you think you could stop me? Like, you can't stop me, bro. I walked all the way around the court, got back on the bench, and then they just let me be. And then I started helping on the bench. I started being resourceful, and
You just
like
hustled your way.
I
into
really
the
just
circle.
I would go anywhere Isaiah would go just so he could see my face.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, he gave me the nickname Atmosphere because of that. Like, all his people, all his friends, like, were calling me Atmosphere because I was just everywhere.
Yeah.
And then I used that and like to learn how to network, basically. Just being myself, bro. Like, really, like, the main message I want to get to everybody that's going through something, just be yourself. You're going to get through it. And you're not going to get through it alone, though. You got to have God in your life, because without God being in my life, I wouldn't be. Realistically, I should be on the streets. I should be doing drugs, just like all my family. Like, my family is known for drugs, alcohol, and being dead. I'm really one of the only, like, clean and sober ones who's trying to break the family chain and do all that. So
Do better.
Yeah, man.
Well, let's run it up. Like, what are you doing that helps you not fall into those same traps that the family's fallen into? What are you doing to make your life better? And when people are trying to break those family chains, what can they do?
Use your outlets. Do what you love, man. Do what you love, because that's what's going to make you happy the most. Do what you love. It doesn't matter if you're making this amount of money on it or nothing. I'm a content creator. I'm not rich. I don't make a lot of money, but just because I'm doing what I love, I'm able to meet crazy people like Lil Durk and Sway Lee. Like, it's a blessing, bro, honestly. And it's just because they just like me because not only am I good at the game, but I'm being myself and I'm a good person. That's all you have to do.
Well, that's important. That's important to know, man. People need to hear it. What kind of games? What are you streaming? What are you playing?
I play Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
I love Call of Duty. You can kill
those guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
So back in 2020, I started streaming. I started on a little laptop. I met this kid named Rowdy Rogan. He was like this big 5-year-old phenom that was really good at Call of Duty.
5 years
He
old?
was 5 years old, man. You guys could probably find a clip. He has 2 million subscribers on YouTube, but I met him and his dad on Twitch and started
born with a
streaming.
controller in their hands now,
This
dude.
kid has had a controller since he was a baby. His dad, you can see a
uterus.
picture. Like, literally, he was born into gaming. But yeah, man, I started with them, and then I was streaming on Twitch, and I met this guy named Bibby. Bibby is kind of the reason
Are
why.
these like their gamer names?
Yeah.
This guy wasn't born with the name Bibby.
No.
Okay, that's not his government name. Okay, good.
OTF Bibby. He's one of the reasons why OTF Gaming is even a thing. So shout out to bro. But he invited me to a lobby one time. I connected with him on Twitch, and I jumped in his lobby. He's like, "Hey, you want to play with Lil Durk?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" not even thinking that this is the real Lil Durk, bro. So I jump in the lobby. I'm doing my thing, like always. Every time I get in the lobby with anybody, I'm going hard. I'm getting high kills. I'm going crazy. And
Getting drafted for World War
yeah,
III 'cause
literally.
your rankings.
yeah, sniping everybody in
Yeah.
the lobby, literally.
Yeah. Training.
Yeah, exactly. But
It's sad because it might be real. Go on.
nah, you're good.
No, yeah.
One of Lil Durk's homie, Hypno Carlito, was in the lobby. He's also an artist. He's a part of OTF. And I didn't think Durk was real until the moment Hypno asked for my Instagram. And then I see 230,000 followers and then him like having pictures with Lil Durk. And that's when it clicked, bro. I was like, wow, like this is really real. Like I'm just a kid. Like I'm a 16, 15-year-old kid in 2020 just trying to get through COVID and can't even see my friends. And like for Durk's perspective, like he can't go to the studio. He can't do none of that. Like he can't go nowhere. And so he was just gaming the whole time, literally at the house. Like first time I played with him, he never really talked. But the moment like he started to get to know me, like he started, you know, hollering at me, talking to me. And one day I just dropped like 25 kills, bro. And that's a lot. Like for a Warzone lobby, like that's really good. And he was like, damn, like you dropped 25, like that's crazy. And then he was bragging like about me, like to all his friends and stuff like that. And so that's kind of how I got known, like in the OTF like community. So it was just a blessing, bro. They've shown a lot of love, and I appreciate Durk for fucking with me. So it's a blessing, bro.
And then you got into this gaming like crew from that shout out or before that?
From just streaming, bro.
Yeah.
Really just putting myself out there and just being good. Like I've been playing Call of Duty since I was like 9, bro. Like I started on the DS, literally. I was playing on a Wii. No cap. Had the little thing and was aiming everything like on zombies. That's how it started, bro. And then I just built from there. So
I think that there's a lot of things that resonate when people come on this podcast with what I do, being a lawyer, running a business, and what any of the people that come on this podcast talk about.
yeah.
And I think one of those like really common themes every time someone comes on this podcast is it's not easy to be good at anything.
No, it's not.
You have to work at it.
Yeah.
And if you want something, work hard for it. And you're describing, like, if you take video games out and put the law in, it's exactly the same way I feel about everything that I do. You don't get good at it from watching other people do it.
It's just reps.
I could be doing better. You need to be in the gym. You need to be doing the reps.
Exactly.
And there's going to be off days. And then there's going to be those 25 kill days where you say, damn, I might be the greatest that ever lived. I got to keep going.
But on those off days, it's all about how you respond.
Right. There's lessons in the failure as well, right?
Yeah.
So you watch tape, you figure out what you did wrong, you figure out where the case went wrong, you figure out what you could do better, what the team could do better, what the client could do better, you know?
Yeah, for real.
And you know, when you lose at a video game,
oh my gosh. You ever watch any of my streams?
No.
I'm screaming if I lose. I hate losing. No, it's bad.
No.
The whole neighborhood would hear me.
okay.
I'm not lying to you.
When you lose in court, when you don't get what you wanted, right? 'Cause we don't lose. We haven't lost. But,
Right.
But when we don't get as much as we want, like the car accident industry, it's like you want to be here. The insurance company wants you to be here. And sometimes you're in the middle and sometimes you get what they thought your case was worth.
Right.
And that doesn't feel good when you thought you deserved up here, right? So you have to have these tough conversations with a client that trusted you.
Yeah.
And you have to let them know, hey, we didn't get what we wanted.
Mhm.
And those are the moments that make a professional. Going
Right.
through that with someone, bonding with them, and then losing or not winning what you wanted to win.
Yeah.
That's what pushes you to do better.
Right.
And that's learning from those failures, I'd say.
Yeah.
I can't crash out in a courtroom, you know.
Right.
I want to, but you just say, okay, that's what it is. And I gotta do better on the next one, and I gotta help this person understand what their next move is. And there's a lot of lawyers that want to be big on the internet, and they don't know that feeling, man.
Right.
And I just try to be the best lawyer I can be, and make sure my team is the best version of themselves, and get those reps in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You don't
gotta
get
stay
to be there.
consistent. That's
You have
really the main thing is
You have to.
consistency, bro.
Well, what inspired you to start streaming?
Wow. Honestly, watching FaZe Clan, bro. Like, I grew up watching this clan, like, growing up, called FaZe, one of the biggest, like, gaming, like, organizations in the world. Like, they literally had Snoop Dogg, like, on their team, bro.
Whoa.
Like, that's how much money
Is
they
he a
have.
good gamer?
I have no idea, bro. I think he's actually really good at Madden. I've
Yeah.
seen, like, clips, but who knows? They could be
Play
fake.
Madden?
I don't. I only play Call of Duty and Call of Duty only, bro.
So, will you challenge Snoop Dogg to Call of Duty?
Absolutely.
All right.
What? Kill race. Let's go. Right now.
You've heard it here, Snoop Dogg. He's coming for you.
Yeah. It's over. But yeah, bro, I met Dirk and then I met Sway. Sway Lee, man. I grew up listening to Sway Lee when I was younger, and just being able to grow up and being able to hop in a lobby with him and actually like meeting him like in person was just like an unreal feeling, bro. I started playing with him 2 years ago. I got in the lobby with him through one of my homies that plays for Chief Keef's gaming team, Glow Navy Gaming. And I hopped in the lobby with
Does
him.
every rapper have a? This is a world I had no idea existed. Like,
Yeah.
does every rapper have a gaming team?
A lot of them do, bro.
Dude,
Like T Grizzly is the main one, like
Yeah,
really putting
first
on
day
for the
out.
gaming time. Yeah,
First day out.
yeah.
On the like.
He has his
Spotify
own Grand
tracks,
Theft Auto server, literally. Yeah, like they came up with this new thing called roleplay, like RP, to where like you can play GTA like on the PC, and you could like it's like prox chat, so you can only talk to the people that are like around you, and it's like real
wow.
cars. It's so lit, bro. Like if you guys look at videos of like Grizzly World and stuff like that with T Grizzly, it's fun to watch. Dirk actually had his own server a while ago, but it got shut down, unfortunately. So
Man.
hopefully it comes back. But
Okay. Well, what's like a weird or a funny thing that's happened during one of your streams?
I would say getting rated by 1,000 people plus, because I'm so used to like streaming like with like 5 people or like 10 people, but like 1,000 people just over and over again, like that was a crazy experience, bro. I was actually playing GTA roleplay one time with the streamer Bilu. Bilu's like really close with Aiden Ross. Like he did streams with Aiden Ross and Zeus. He's pretty big. But he rated me one time. Like there's like a thing on Twitch where you could take like all the viewers that are watching you live and you could just like transfer over and just bless like another streamer. And he blessed me that day because I was playing GTA with them, and it was a movie, bro. Like that's where like all my followers from Twitch came, and people showed a lot of love, and it was a blessing, bro. Like that was like a really like nice moment, because I always dreamed of having like more people like in my stream, you know, because like that's not like normal for that to happen.
I don't know what just reminded me of this, but it's obviously not the same game, right?
Yeah,
Roblox?
Roblox.
Very popular game for much younger kids, right? Like adults are not playing Roblox, are they?
Actually, it really depends, bro. Because there's so much to do on Roblox.
Are you a Roblox guy?
No, not really, bro.
Okay, so it looks. See your face. Even was like,
It looks kind of Minecraft. Like the closest I'll get to Roblox is Minecraft, and that's it.
Bro,
So-
listen. The federal government found a terrorist plot being planned through Roblox. All the users were meeting on there to communicate about an act of terrorism, and they arrested all these people. One of them was in
over
Texas,
Roblox.
all through Roblox. Someone the other day was like, "Is it true that like you should use
What?
Snapchat if you're like talking to people about illegal shit?" And I'm like, "No, all of it is being tracked. They find people on Roblox now. Like nowhere is safe. You cannot be doing shit out here and think that it's not tracked or followed or that it's going to get subpoenaed.
The government's watching everything.
Trust no one, fear everything. That's the move, okay? So if you're
But why on Roblox? What are you doing, bro?
they thought that was
Seriously.
safe. They thought it was safe. Roblox was the little kid place. No way the federal government was going to find them on Roblox.
That is crazy.
But they did. They locked them up. They're locked up in a real jail, not even a Roblox jail. I don't know if Roblox jail is a thing,
I don't know
but
either,
they're
bro.
in the real jail in IRL, not even in Roblox. So, yeah, I don't know what reminds me of that, but
That is actually crazy, bro.
Roblox,
Honestly.
from Roblox to real life jail.
Yeah.
What about a major challenge that you've faced in gaming or in your professional like streaming life that you've overcome?
Not really. I'm not really gonna talk about the streaming part. I'm gonna talk about my life, man. I just actually lost my mom in December 27th.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And right before that, I lost my full ride scholarship to Northwest University. I had a full ride for leadership, man. And I had to drop out because my mom wasn't doing good because of the fentanyl stuff, and I had to come back to Tacoma. I was living in Kirkland. I had to come back to Tacoma, take care of her, and then one day I was Cam Wilder came into town into Seattle. He's like this big like basketball hooper. Basically, a bunch of them came. And I was picking up my little sister to go take her to the game, and then I get a phone call from the fire department saying my mom stopped breathing, and I couldn't process it like at all. Like it didn't feel real. It still doesn't, because I haven't even had the funeral yet. But just getting hit with so many L's like at the same time, like in a span of like 4 months. Like I lost my uncle as well. Like during those 4 months, I lost my car, like my truck, and just going through all that adversity, bro, and like going to the very like deep bottom. It's like, what do you do like through all that? But I just kept my head down and I kept focusing on God and really just trying to push that, bro. That was like the main challenge I faced like this year, like for these first 6 months. Like it's been a shitty year, like at the beginning of this year, but it's June. There's still a whole another 6 months left and a whole lot of years left. I'm only 20 years old, bro. Like there's so much more life
There is.
like ahead of me that I know that as long as I just keep believing in myself, everything's gonna be okay. And God's gonna take the wheel, because I wouldn't be meeting certain people for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like
you said, everything happens for a reason.
exactly
Everything.
every single thing. But that was probably the biggest challenge I faced this year. And I just want to turn like the rest of this year into just straight W's, honestly. And I think it's starting with this podcast and starting to come on here, to be honest, man.
All right. Well, what do you want to see from this podcast? What would be the universe speaking to you after this podcast? Someone DMs you, hey, I saw you on the podcast, or this or that. What does success look like in the next 6 months for you?
Really, I just want to touch hearts, bro. Like mainly the youth, because it's very broken right now, especially Tacoma and Seattle, bro. Like there's a lot of shootings going on. There's a lot of stuff that people really don't know about. Like there's kids shooting kids in the Shalishan area, and I know kids, friends that are getting killed.
Yeah.
Like it's terrible, bro. And it's all because there's no example. There's no good example being set at all, because nobody's talking about their story. They're scared. They're scared to talk about their story. They're scared that people are going to judge the way that they go through stuff.
Right.
But that type of stuff, you have to block out the noise, and you got to just be like, hey, this is what I went through. And just because I got through it, you're going to get through it too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Be that role model that you didn't have.
I just want to inspire the youth, bro, because you don't have to be in a gang. You don't have to do any of that. You could be you. You could do whatever you want to do. Do what you love. Like I said earlier, just do what you love and what makes you happy, and believe in yourself. Don't let all these other people think that you have to fit in. None of that. Growing up, I never fit in at all, and I didn't care to fit in. I was focusing on myself and focusing on being successful. And being successful is putting in the effort instead of saying, oh, I want this, I want this, I want this. Cause so many, bro, I hear so many kids like saying, I want this, I want to be great. But what are you doing to be great?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the big piece. They'll say, oh, I want this, I want this. And then the next day comes, oh, what are you doing? Oh, nothing. I'm just chilling on the couch, smoking weed,
Yeah.
smoking my vape, not going to school. I'm like, really, bro? Like, not even a job, nothing? You don't want to build your life up? And that's the main struggle that a lot of kids and even young adults go through today, bro. Like, they can't find their purpose, their passion, because they're letting all these other kids like get into their head when they don't have to fit in. They don't.
Find who your people are from finding what your passion is.
And you don't have to have a lot, because even my circle's small. You have to keep your circle small because there's only a certain amount of people you could trust in your life.
Yeah. What's something that motivates you every day?
My mom, bro. Really, my mom, you know, she made mistakes. She had the drug addiction, obviously, but what I got from that a lot of kids probably don't understand, and there's probably a lot of kids out there that have moms and dads doing drugs and alcohol, but what I want these kids to understand early, something I didn't get to understand early, is the fact that my mom didn't want to do that. She didn't want to keep doing drugs, but because addiction is so bad in our world right now, she kept doing it, and she didn't want to do it. And there's actions to where it's not her, it's the drugs, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of kids. Like, I was that one kid that was like, why do you keep doing this to me, Mom? Why? Why do you keep hurting me? But it's really not her, bro. It's what drugs do, like, mentally do to people.
Yeah,
It's
your brain
honestly
chemistry
crazy.
and everything. It changes people.
It's
It
sad.
does. It really is. Have you done any work in those communities, or are you interested in doing work in those communities to try, like, help other people whose parents are dealing with addiction that might not have like a big brother or someone that they can rely on for that positivity and optimism?
Yeah, bro. That's exactly why I want to. That's exactly why I want to start doing content, and I really want to be consistent with it and talk more about my life and being me, because a lot of people are on their phone a lot. They watch YouTube, they watch TikTok.
That's where people get their news.
That's where
people
everyone's
get
at.
updates on life. Yeah.
Yeah, people don't even watch the news anymore. They go on Instagram or they go on Twitter.
Yep.
And find out, right? So I think just because of the people I know and the people that I've been blessed with in my life, it's more easy for kids to listen to me just because of my success that I've had, just because of the people that I know, you know, because not realistically, bro, a 20-year-old kid from Tacoma who's going through all that shit shouldn't even be having this. Realistically, I shouldn't know Lil Durk. I shouldn't know Sway Lee. I'm literally just a kid from the hood, literally. But I'm here, bro, and I'm staying positive.
Tacoma's got a lot of diamonds in the rough.
So
man.
many, bro.
A lot of good people come from Tacoma.
And that's why you guys need to come out. Stop hiding, please.
Put on for the city.
Literally, there's so much talent, bro.
So much. What is a daily habit that helped you to be successful in what you do?
Being consistent, editing, posting every single day, trying to figure out quality over quantity, right? Because nobody's going to watch a blurry video. Nobody's going to watch any of that. So that was one of my daily habits, that really just being consistent, bro, because it's hard. Like, it's not easy to post like 3 videos like every single day.
Yeah.
Like, that is dedication.
Job.
Literally, you have to treat it like a full-time job, but that's what I'm going to do at the for the start. Just really locking in, man, for the daily habit for sure. But another one of my daily habits is just praying to God and really giving glory to God. That's like one of the most important things you have to do in life, bro.
Just be thankful.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because if you're not going to realize what you're losing and what you're winning, when really you're winning out of the losing part.
Right.
You know,
you have to think about where you are and where you've been, and be thankful for where you are before you start worrying about what's next.
Yeah.
Take a minute to just be thankful. Absolutely.
Right.
Well, the name of the podcast is Iron Mind Podcast, and I ask all my guests this. I never define it, but I want you to define it. What does having an iron mind mean to you?
I think having an iron mind is just staying strong, through all the things that you're going through, no matter what. Doesn't matter what you're going through in life. Just stay positive through it all, because you can't control the negative stuff sometimes, man. Sometimes it's just going to happen to you, and sometimes it's a life lesson that you have to learn. And I think having that iron mind through the whole thing, that's what's important the most, how you carry yourself. And so just make sure that you stay positive and you don't let the bad stuff get to your head all the time, because the bad stuff is good most of the time. So,
There's lessons in every loss. All right, well, look at the camera real quick and give me a car crash, call Josh, and then we're all done, man.
car crash, call Josh right now, immediately. Call him right now. The number's right here.
You got to know. Thank you.
Yeah.